Hello student, welcome to EPG Pathsala. I am Dr. Ajit Jaswal from Department of Anthropology, Pondicherry Central University, Puducherry. Today we are going to discuss about a module titled Neanderthal under paper Physical and Biological Anthropology. Dear friend, in this module we are going to understand about the Neanderthals and its varieties. We will also try to understand the general feature of the Neanderthal along with their cultural achievement. What controversies circles around classical and progressive varieties of this group, or classical Neanderthal and progressive Neanderthal? To study the phylogenetic relationship of this group and also to know why, what is the reason behind the disappearance of Neanderthals? Let me give you a glimpse of information as an introduction of Neanderthal man. Neanderthal are an extinct species of genus Homo who appeared between 200,000 years ago and 250,000 years ago. They are closely related to modern humans as they are differing in DNA by just less than 0.12%. The remains of Neanderthal include bones and stone tools, which are found from places in Eurasia, from Western Europe, and even to Central Europe and Northern Asia. The fossil remains include skull and long bone of this group, and were discovered in the year 1856 from the place called as Neanderthal Valley near in Germany. The Neanderthal people, they lived during the last interglacial period, that is Risch-Wurm period, to last glaciation, that is Wurm period, and the geological time was about middle to upper Pleistocene period. Some lithic tool or stone tool of middle Paleolithic culture period, especially called as Mostrian culture, were discovered as associated find with the fossil remains. Neanderthal were also referred to as the maker of Mostrian culture. From almost all the caves and sites, the implement of Mostrian cultures were found along with the fossil finding. In the year 1864, William King coined the name as Homo neanderthalensis. Later on, it was named as Homo sapiens neanderthalensis, which is known to be a subspecies of Homo sapiens. See the figure of different fossil remains of Neanderthal recovered from Neanderthal Valley. Neanderthals are an extra species of genus Homo. They are closely related to modern humans, differing in DNA by just 0.12%. Remains of Neanderthal include bone and stone tool, which are found from different places of Eurasia, Western Europe, and Central Northern Asia. Neanderthal lived during late interglacial to late glaciation period. Neanderthal were also referred to as the maker of Mostrian culture. The later it was named as Homo sapiens neanderthalensis as a subspecies of Homo sapiens. Varieties of Neanderthal and their distribution. Several fossils have been discovered from different parts of the world. Important sites which have been shown here in the map are as follows: Gibraltar, La Quina in France, La Ferracis in France, Neanderthal in Germany, Spy 1 in Belgium, Spy 2 in Belgium, Monte Circio in Italy, Krapina in Yugoslavia, Petra Lona in Greece, Tashch in Uzbekistan, Sandiar 1 in Iraq, School 9 in Israel, School 4 in Israel, Tabun in Israel. The first Neanderthal specimen found during an archaeological dig in August 1856. It was discovered in the limestone quarry at the Fedelhofer Grotto in Neanderthal, Germany. Discovered by John, the find consisted of a skull cap, two femora, three right arm bones, two left arm bones, ilium, and fragment of a scapula and ribs. Let's discuss about the important La Chapelle accent 1. It is a fossilized skull discovered in La Chapelle accent, France by Boissny and Bardon in 1908. The characteristics of this fossil include a low-vaulted cranium and large brow ridges typical of Neanderthal, estimated to be about 60,000 years old. The specimen was severely arthritic and had lost all his teeth, with evidence of healing. For him to have lived on would have required that someone process his food for him. One of the earliest examples of Neanderthal altruition. Next one is La Ferracie, a fossilized skull discovered in La Ferracie, France. Both female and male adult was discovered in 1909. It is estimated to be 70,000 years old. Its characteristics include a large occipital bun, low-vaulted cranium, and heavily worn teeth. Next one is La Moustier, a fossilized skull discovered in the same year 1909 at the archaeological site in France. The tool assemblage found with that fossil is called Moustrian tool culture, named after La Moustier. The skull is estimated to be less than 45,000 years old, including a large nasal capacity and a somewhat less developed brow ridge and occipital bun, as might be expected in a juvenile. The first Neanderthal burial site discovered by Otto Hauser. Next one is Sandier and Amud. The Amud fossilized remain of an adult Neanderthal dated to roughly about 45,000 years old, and one of the several found in a cave at Nahal Amud, Israel. At least some of which may have been deliberately buried. A particularly notable feature of this find is its cranial capacity, which is about 1740 cm3, is among the largest known by any hominid, living or extinct. This fossil remains was discovered by Francis Peter in 1925. Tabun. This fossil remain was found from a paleoanthropological excavation conducted in a deep rock shelter located on the edge of Mount Carmel and facing the Mediterranean Sea in northern Israel. This site was discovered by Garrod. It yielded a partial skeleton, a mandible, an isolated premolar teeth, and few isolated limb bones. Artifact discovered in a long sequence of deposit at this site document pattern of change in stone tool manufacture during the lower and middle Paleolithic period. This record has become the reference scale for human technological evolution in southwestern Asia between 300,000 to 50,000 to 100,000 years ago. From 1929 to 1934, Tabun also yielded a series of fossil remains from the lower and middle period. The fossils suggest that Neanderthal and early modern Homo alternatively occupied the region. Similarly, the Gibraltar fossil was found in Forbes Quarry, Gibraltar. The Neanderthal of Gibraltar were among the first to be discovered by modern scientists and may have been among the last of their species. Next is La Cuna. La Cuna is located in the Charente region of southwestern France, approximately 5 km from the village of Villebois-Levallois. Next one is Spy 1. Spy Cave is one of the richest prehistoric sites in Belgium. The first human remains were discovered in 1885 during excavations by D. Pudet and M. Lohist. In 1886, two skeletons were discovered in the cave of Spy in Belgium. Next one is Mount Sizio, a promontory on the western coast of Italy, where in 1939 a well-preserved skull of a Neanderthal man was found in a grotto. It was discovered by Alberto Blanc. Its structure resembles that of the skull found at La Chapelle-Saint. Next one is Petralona. The Petralona cranium recovered by villagers from a cave in Greece and dated between 300,000 and 400,000 years old. It indicates a possible evolutionary shift to the archaic sapiens form by 250,000 years ago. The brow ridges are ancient, while the large rounded cranium in evidence of modern development. General physical features of Neanderthal. Male stood 164 to 168 cm and female about 152 to 156 cm tall. Skull was dolichocephalic. Average length and breadth of the skull were 208 mm and 156 mm respectively. The average cranial capacity was 1650 cc. The posterior part of the skull was comparatively broader than the anterior part, for which it looked like barrel from back. Forehead region was retreating and the nuchal region was rugged. Face as a whole was robust and projecting forward, having large incisor and canine, large nose which was much larger in both length and width, and started somewhat higher on the face than in the modern human. The backward projection of the occipital region formed what is called a bun. Supraorbital region was stout and continuous to form torus. Orbital cavities were large and rounded. Mastoid processes were small. Chin less mandible was large and stout. Sigmoid notch was shallow and lack of simian self. Dental arch was U-shaped and absence of diastema. Long bones were strong, stout and generally curved, having evidence of attachment of strong muscle. The Neanderthal scapula was characterized by a deep groove on the back surface. Forelimbs were smaller than this upper limb. Length of the pelvis was comparatively smaller than the breadth. Femur was long, stout and having ape-like bending. Linea aspera was well developed. Now let's discuss about the cultural achievement. As we have already discussed about this, that now they are moving close to the modern man, they are started living a settled life, now started developing a socialized life. Now they have started developing a concept of division of labor, dependency and interdependency. So we have seen a cultural transitional changes among the Neanderthal also. The cultural tradition associated with most frequently with the Neanderthal was the Mostrian culture. Mostrian, or which is known to be of Middle Paleolithic cultural tradition and named after a cave called La Mostrian in France. So this cultural achievement was first or initially seen a place called La Mostrier in France, and accordingly it is named as a Mostrian culture or Middle Paleolithic cultural tradition. The important finding of this Mostrian or Middle Paleolithic cultural traditions, which was named because of the La Monstrier in France, is a specific kind of notable tool like scrapers. The scrapers are of different varieties. Some of the scrapers are rounded in shape. Some of the scrapers are having a side which is sharp in nature. Some of the scrapers are either the end part of the is very sharp. Along with the scrapers, they also discover a different varieties of points which were manufactured on flakes. Remember the flakes are the part of the core. So the scrapers as well as the points, the scraper which is of different shape and varieties as well as the point which is of different shape and varieties, both were manufactured only the piece that was recovered or discovered or prepared found from the flakes. The core were pre-shaped. They have a striking platform. In order to give plant flake a certain look and size, and the manufacturing process is called as revolution technique. So from the core they develop a special kind of tool through a technique called revolution technique. Owing to their appearance, the prepared core has been named as a tortoise core, because if you see from the top, the tortoise core is more or less look like a small tortoise. So the Mostrian culture or Mostrian tools or Mostrian Middle Paleolithic cultural traditions of Neanderthal man is classified or identified as a different varieties of scrapers, points and tortoise core. Artifacts are the physical remains of human activity. Neanderthal men were culturally well developed. They were able to prepare to some extent developed tools for their survival. The cultural tradition associated with most frequently with Neanderthal man was the Mostrian, or called as Middle Paleolithic cultural tradition. It was a continuation and refinement of the Acheulean tradition and was characterized by an increase in number and varieties of flake tool and ultimate formation of hand axe. The most notable tools were scraper of different varieties, round, side end, point which were manufactured on flake. The tool technology developed with great strides. For the first time, the core were pre-shaped in order to give plant flake a certain look and size. This manufacturing process is called revolution technology, as reflected in the first figure. After a site outside Paris, furthermore, it was easier to make better use of raw material and several more flake could be struck off from the same core. The top surface of the core was trimmed and shaped into a striking platform from Owing to their appearance, the prepared cores have been named tortoise core. People of Mostrian culture lived in a variety of open-air sites, cave and rock shelters. Living in the open on the cold tundras suggests the building of the structures. Archaeologists found traces of oval ring of mammoth bones enclosing an area which may have been used to weigh down the skin wall of a temporary hut or tent. Inside the ring are traces of a number of hearths, hundreds of tools, thousands of waste flake, and many bone fragments, quite possibly derived from the animal brought back for consumption. Evidence of life in cave is abundant. Windbreak of poles and skin were probably erected at the cave mouth for protection against severe weather. Fire was in general use by this time and was no doubt used for cooking, warmth, light, and keeping predator at bay. Neanderthal men were also using cloth as they probably had developed method of curing skin. There were a variety of hypotheses concerning the speech capacities of Neanderthal. Neanderthal have been characterized as the first hominid to have systematically and perhaps ritually buried their dead along with their belongings. This figure shows that they were successful in burying their dead, even though we have always also seen that Neanderthal were successful hunters, as the abundant remains of animal bones at their sites demonstrate. But while it is clear that Neanderthal could hunt large mammals, they may not as efficient at this task as were Upper Paleolithic hunters. Like their predecessors, the Neanderthal roamed over extensive territories and used seasonal settlement during different times of year. The cold climate forced these people to adapt their diet to a cycle of the season, and increasingly rich assemblages of different kinds of stone tool with different function may be looked upon as a result of this. Storage of food was a vital necessity during part of the year. It is assumed that in a bitter cold of last glacial period, Neanderthals wore clothing. They probably had developed method of curing skin, but since there was no evidence of sewing equipment, the clothing was probably of simple design, perhaps something like a poncho. We can see this in the first diagram figure. There were a variety of hypotheses concerning the speech capacities of Neanderthal. Some scholars argue that they were incapable of human speech. Nevertheless, the current consensus is that Neanderthal were capable of articulate speech, even perhaps fully competent in the range of sound produced by modern humans. That we can also see the communication system in the given figure. Death is inescapable for all of us. The deposition of the mortal remains in some way or the another is thus an action that is common to all human beings. In prehistoric as well as in recent time, Neanderthal have been characterized as the first hominid to systematically and perhaps ritually bury their dead. Some paleoanthropologists interpret artifacts associated with Neanderthal skeletal remains as grave goods. Controversies regarding classical and progressive varieties. There is a range of variation in fossil Neanderthal. Some of the Neanderthal has pronounced ridges over their eye socket called as brow ridges, as well as other protrusion of the skull, not generally seen in the modern human. They were more muscular than the modern humans. they had flatter, broader nose than the modern human. They had receding chin. Their brains were somewhat larger than those of modern human. These characteristics are mostly strongly displayed in specimens from Europe, so-called classical Neanderthal, or it is also called as La Chapelle accent. These characteristics were less pronounced in the Neanderthal of Middle East known as progressive Neanderthal, example Tebboune and School. Does this mean that progressive Neanderthal were less different from modern human than were the classical? The progressive varieties lived much earlier than the classic one. The more massive build of Neanderthal and other features such as flatter nose, especially of the classic form, has been interpreted as an adaptation to the harsh glacial climate of Ice Age Europe. The morphological traits of the Neanderthal did not appear to be solely climatically forced based on the data of the study done by Bradley DM 2005. Classic type morphological trait was consistently seen in northwestern Europe at times of colder temperature. However, generous intermingling of a classic type and progressive type amongst both cool and warm reconstructed paleoclimate limits the idea of mutual exclusivity. The progressive group, which were later recognized as the early Arctic group, who remain in the part of the world outside Western Europe, and the classic variety is designated as a late Arctic group. Phylogenetic relationship. The evolutionary relationship between the various forms of Homo have been the subject of great speculation and controversy. In considering the terminal phase of hominid evolution, it is important to realize that there has been some combination of selective pressure, gene frequency and gene flow between population. Both fossil and genetic evidence indicate that Neanderthal and modern human, what is called as Homo sapiens, evolved from a common ancestor between 500,000 and 200,000 years ago. Neanderthal and modern separate branch of tree, that is, they both are separate species. Three interpretation of the evolutionary relationship between Neanderthal and modern human. One is unilinear evolution, second is separate lineage, and third is pre-Neanderthal. Ever since the first Neanderthal skull were found in the 19th century, scientists have pondered the link between the Neanderthal and modern human. Earlier interpretation shows that view Neanderthal as an intermediate ancestor between Homo erectus and anatomically modern Homo human have been discarded. Next interpretation says that Neanderthal were Homo sapiens with distinctive physical feature, but no one has come up with a cogent, widely accepted theory to explain which selective pressure produces this feature. Paleoanthropologists tend to favor the hypothesis. Next, they say that a pre-Neanderthal Homo sapien population possibly originated in another region and migrated to classic Neanderthal area, underwent a severe natural selection in response to the cold environment of Europe. Such an interpretation might be consistent with the recent molecular testing of genetic material extracted from Neanderthal bone. The Neanderthal genome is almost the same size as the human genome and is identical to ours to a level of about 99.7%. By comparing the accurate order of the nitrogenous bases in the double nucleotide chain from mitochondrial DNA analysis, estimate the two species shared a common ancestral stock of about 500,000 years ago. Phylogenetic relationship. This figure reflects the phylogenetic relationship of Homo erectus with other modern Homo sapiens. There is a three interpretation of the evolutionary relationship between Neanderthal and modern human. The first one, it reflects the unilinear evolution or unilinear changes from Homo erectus to Homo sapien. Second figure shows the reflect the separate lineage where Homo erectus they evolve into Homo erectus and later on the another branch evolve which changes into Neanderthal and ultimately become extinct. Third figure indicate the pre-Neanderthal, that is there is evolution take place from Homo erectus to Homo sapiens. In between there is a appearance of pre-Neanderthal which may branched off and leading to the formation of Homo sapiens neanderthalensis and the other branch giving rise to the Homo sapiens. Disappearance of Neanderthals. The exact date of their extinction had been disputed. However, in 2014, Higman of the University of Oxford performed the most comprehensive dating of Neanderthal bone and tools ever carried out, which demonstrated that Neanderthal died out in Europe between 41,000 and 39,000 years ago. This coincides with the start of very cold period in Europe and is 5,000 years after Homo sapiens reached the continent. This was based on improved radiocarbon dating of material from 40 sites in Western Europe. Comparison of the DNA of Neanderthal and Homo sapiens suggests that they diverged from a common ancestor between 350 to 400,000 years ago. This ancestor was probably Homo heidelbergensis. Heidelbergensis originated between 800,000 and 1,13,300,000 years ago and continued until about 200,000 years ago. It ranged over Eastern and South Africa, Europe and Western Asia. Between 350 and 400,000 years ago, the African branch is thought to have started evolving towards modern human and the Eurasian branch towards Neanderthal. Scientists do not agree when Neanderthal can first be recognized in the fossil record, with dates ranging between 200 to 300 years before present. The fate of Neanderthal is closely related to the appearance of modern human. Over the years, the Neanderthal have been portrayed as everything from an evolutionary dead end to the direct ancestor of modern European and Western Asian population. Fossil evidence indicate that modern human first evolved in sub-Sahara Africa sometime before 100,000 years ago. Subsequently, they spread northward sometime between 55,000 years ago, displacing or absorbing local Arctic human population. As a result, the Southwest Asia, Central Asia and Central Europe Neanderthal were absorbed to varying degree into those spreading modern human population and may have contributed genetically to the subsequent early modern human population of those regions. Even in the Western Europe, a cul-de-sac where the transition to modern human took place relatively late. Some researchers contended that there is a fossil evidence for interbreeding between the late Neanderthal and early modern human. The anatomical changes between Neanderthal fossil remains and the remains of early modern human involve largely a loss of the sturdiness that was characteristic of all Archean human. Upper limb became more gracile, although they were still very muscular by the standard of today's human. The hand anatomy shifted to emphasize precision grip. Leg strength remained high, reflecting the mobility that characterized all Pleistocene hunting and gathering human population. Front teeth became smaller and faces shortened, producing full chin and brow without ridges. Brain case became more elevated and rounded but not larger. Tool use and culture became more elaborate, but there are no anatomic feature directly indicating that Neanderthal were smaller or less smarter than other human living at the time. Interbreeding between Neanderthal and modern human is accurate. Anthropologists have discovered further evidence of interbreeding between Neanderthal and modern human. The study, co-authored by Silvana, the University of Aix-Marseille, was published in PLOS 1, March 27, 2013. These are the bones of Neanderthal exposed to the Natural History Museum of Verona, who made this conclusion. Mandible 35,000-year-old discovered in 1957 in a cave, Mezzana, Italian, where was analyzed by anthropologists to conclude that miscegenation between modern human and Neanderthal. Anthropologists have first verified that it really belonged to a Neanderthal mandible, and this has all the morphological characteristics of Neanderthal. The researcher then managed the feat of extracting collagen of the mandible to analyze mitochondrial DNA. These genetic molecules are transmitted exclusively by the mother, and they show that they do indeed belong to Neanderthal. Maybe they have a common ancestor, Homo erectus, who lived about 500,000 years ago. The DNA sequence between 29,000 to 42,000 years, when Neanderthal lived with Homo sapiens, shows the gradual disappearance of certain genotype and genetic improvement of the species. Another hypothesis is proposed that Neanderthal have contributed to the genome in a population of modern human outside Africa. Neanderthal were gradually adapted to the colder climate of Europe, but many other factors also had to intervene. Its skeleton shows, among other things, a massive girth and sturdy, the presence of thickened bone above the orbits, a sloping forehead, a large brain, high orbit, and nasal cavity width. Neanderthal gradually disappeared when group of Cro-Magnon man leave the Middle East to Europe. There are almost 40,000 years. Neanderthal man and man, what is called modern, have probably lived for several millennia, but we have no traces of violent death or sign of prolonged cohabitation in the same territory. It is also possible that the Neanderthal population red-haired and blondie in diluted by introgression among the black population of Homo sapiens came from Africa. A hypothesis proposed to explain its disappearance. The model developed by anthropologist Michael Barton and his team also showed that under the law of population genetics, even a small exchange of genetics is sufficient to bring about this result. As the 2014 study by Thomas Hyman of Neanderthal bone and tools indicate that Neanderthal died out in Europe between 41,000 and 39,000 years ago, and the Homo sapiens arrived in Europe between 45,000 and 43,000 years ago. It is now apparent that the two different human populations shared Europe for as long as 5,000 years. The exact nature of biological and cultural interaction between Neanderthal and other human groups has been contested. Possible scenarios for the extinction of Neanderthals are: first one, Neanderthals were a separate species from modern humans and become extinct because of the climate change or interaction with humans, and were replaced by modern humans moving into their habitat between 45,000 and 40,000 years ago. Next possible scenario is that Neanderthal were a contemporary subspecies that bred with modern humans and disappeared through absorption or interbreeding theory. Okay student, let's try to recap, revise or summarize some of the important points related to Neanderthal man that we have learned in this module. As we have already discussed that Neanderthal men, they lived during last interglacial period, that is Riss-Wurm, and they were continued till last glaciation, that is Wurm period. And the geological time was middle to upper Pleistocene period. The fossil was discovered from Europe and Asian continent. The average cranial capacity of Neanderthal man was about 1650 cc. This indicates they are notable larger than the modern man. But there was a big confusion that we'll discuss later on. But Neanderthal were also referred to as the maker of Mostrian culture. Neanderthal men were successful hunters. They used to live in a variety of open air sites. They live in a caves. They used to live in a rock shelters, and also they used to carry out very important religious practice is that they buried their dead bodies. As far as the genetical or DNA analysis concerned, they are closely related to modern humans and differing only in DNA just 0.12%. The DNA of Neanderthal and the Homo sapiens suggests that they diverged from a common ancestral between 350,000 and 400,000 years ago. Neanderthals were a separate species from modern humans and become extinct, or Neanderthals were a contemporary subspecies that breed with modern humans and disappear through absorption. Thank you.